Hey guys, it's Dawn and I'm back with a promised video for you. A while ago I posted on Instagram saying that I was going to do a video on how I use my Erin Condren planners. I went a little crazy this year, but with the covers and the options that they had available, I just couldn't say no to some of them. So I bought them separately. I didn't buy them all in one swoop, but I decided as I was going along kind of what I needed for what. It may be a little excessive, but it's really something that I enjoy. So that's what I like to spend my money on, obviously. So let's jump right in and I'll show you just really quickly. I'm hoping not that this video is not super long, but I'd like to show you just kind of what the point is of having all four of these Erin Condrens, and I will show you. So my first one is my actual planner. This is my life planner. I did get the neutral version, and it's also vertical. So I can just pop in here and show you. This is what I'm doing my, basically my daily planning in. And I really love the vertical layout. I love the neutral colors. It's been working really well for me. Sorry about the lighting. I have partial sunlight coming in. I love the neutral colors. It's been working really well. I am a big fan of the vertical as well. So in the back, I do utilize this as well, the notes pages. I have some important contacts, and then my husband and I are calling my pregnancy the baby project of 2017. So I've created a to-do list and then also a to-buy list. So I've just started penciling in things that I need to buy. I haven't put them in pen yet, and then I haven't started my to-do list yet, but I need to get started on that. Considering I'm already in my second trimester. It's just going very, very fast. So I have back here, I have baby project continued. I have medical expenses, so I'm going to start listing the things that I am paying for out of pocket. I want to keep track of that. I have my doctor's appointments logged. And then I have gifts, so I'm going to log any gifts that I get from upcoming baby showers. And then I also have a hospital bag packing list. So I have a list started for me, for my husband, and also for the baby. And then I do have a bunch of names, girl names and boy names that we are not sharing. So I apologize, I won't be able to share those with you or anyone for that matter. And then the back, I haven't really done anything else with, but I'm sure I will find some way to utilize the rest of the pages. And then obviously the pocket in the back is good to just stick extra stickers in. I cut the stickers out of the old Erin Condrens that I'm done using for the year, and I put them in the back. So not only do I have the new ones that they give for this year, but I also have a wide range of colors from the other planners. And I really am in love with this cover. I think it's just so elegant and pretty, and it's just kind of a lacy neutral pattern. So that's my daily planner. This one is a little bit different. I use this mostly for doodling, and this is a Erin Condren notebook. And it is the dot grid. I haven't done too much in it. I did a lot during the Halloween season, and have been doing lettering practice and just kind of doing some doodling and some different playing with pens. And during this season I got the Tombow brush pens and was sort of playing with them in here, and just kind of getting used to them. Just some, but anyway, this is a, I keep a spare piece of blank paper in here because there is some bleed through, especially with the Tombows. So I like to use a piece of paper to keep it from bleeding on my other pages. But again, this is the dot grid. It has it has a lot of pages in it, and I haven't really gotten that far into it yet. In the back, it does have some of these stickers as well. It doesn't have a pocket or any sort of calendar or anything like that. So that's my lettering book. Okay, now this one, I just absolutely loved this cover. I couldn't say no. It's too gorgeous, and I had to get it. It was just too pretty. So this is the monthly planner from Erin Condren. This is fairly new, and I used to use the old monthly that Erin Condren put out, which looked like this. Excuse me, I'm still kind of getting over this cold. So this is the 2016 Erin Condren monthly calendar, and boy have they upgraded it, let me tell you. So this is, I didn't start using this until late into the year, but this is sort of what it looks like. You have your full monthly view with goals on the side, and then you have a notes page, a little inspirational quote, and then it goes right into the next month. So it's real similar to your standard like vertical Erin Condren with the monthly pages in it. You just take all the weeklies out. So I use this mostly for YouTube and planning out my YouTube and my Instagram schedule, and that is exactly what I use this one for. So this is again the monthly. It's new. It does have these little individual boxes so you can break out goals. I am going to start tracking in here my YouTube kind of stats, YouTube and Instagram stats on here. This would also be great for like a weight loss journey or even pregnancy. You could kind of log your stats throughout this. But I'm logging my pregnancy in something different, which I will show you. So I use this, it gives you a dot grid page and then the inspirational quote, and then it goes right into the monthly spread. So I use this for sort of ideas, inspirations, anything that I want to see myself do or work on. And then obviously I'm putting my filming schedule, my editing. This month has been really busy with work, and it's just been a little bit crazy with the pregnancy thing and being sick for basically the entire month of January or December and most of January. So you know, I didn't do well on my filming this month. And then in the next page, you get sort of this broken out little boxes of checklists. And then I'm going to start tracking my video, so the number of video that it is for that month. And then I've also tracked my stats up here, YouTube and Instagram. Then I put the date that I put it out, how many views, how many likes, how many comments that it got. That way I can sort of start tracking exactly what videos are doing the best and what videos you guys like the most, and I can sort of compress them down and figure out what I want to spend more time doing and less time doing. And then this I project for the next coming months, what I would like to do. So if I have any collabs or anything that specific that I want to do for that month, this is where I put that. And then you go right into the next month. So for February, I have not filled anything out yet. I'm always very behind on this notebook. I've noticed out of all of my planners, this is the one that gets pushed to the side the soonest and doesn't get updated as much as it should. Maybe that's the downfall of having so many planners and not doing it all in one planner. But I do plan on sort of getting kind of back into the swing of things now after I've been on a little YouTube hiatus, and this I think is going to help me do that. And then obviously it goes throughout the rest of the months. It does they have a pocket in the back here, and then they also have some stickers in the back. Really cute. This cover, I can't. All right, the next one is pretty exciting. This is also a gorgeous cover that I couldn't say no to. And once I saw it in person, I was like, you know what? It's better than what I thought it was. So the preview on erincondren.com didn't really show how gorgeous it actually is. So I'm really impressed with their covers that they're coming out with, and their designs are just gorgeous. So this, I did get the rose gold coil on this one. You'll notice I've sort of mixed it up. Typically I go with the standard. This one I did go for black, and I wanted it to sort of go with this cover and have one that's a little bit darker, something different. And then this one I went with the rose gold. I thought it was so pretty with this cover. So this one is my pregnancy journal. And this is a notebook. It's college ruled. And I'm just going to flip through quickly through some of these things. But basically I'm tracking my stuff throughout my pregnancy. So some of this is pretty private, so I'm not going to like read and get into too much of it. But basically I'm tracking bumps, my bump date picture, and I'm using my my Polaroid zip printer to print these out. And I'm basically doing the week, the date, and then I'll break out into little journal entries throughout that week. And then I'm tracking the baby's size and then the fruit or vegetable that they compare it to. I think it's kind of funny, but it is kind of interesting to try and visualize how big your baby is at that point. Then I'm tracking symptoms, cravings, and aversions. This was at week 6, so I didn't have a whole lot. Some symptoms started. I didn't have too much morning sickness, but some other little symptoms here. So I'm not doing I'm not doing entries every week. So you'll notice this one I went 6 weeks to 7 weeks, so I was pretty good there. And then I jumped to 13 weeks. This was the time that I was very, very sick in between these, and I was like, nope, I'm not even looking at my office because all I want to do is lay in my bed and sleep. So around this time, around the 13-week mark, is when we went public, and I went public on Facebook and also to my work, which is sort of terrifying, but it's worked out really well so far. And again, I'm just breaking out kind of throughout the week, things that are important, things that come up. And then I started tracking over here on the side, symptoms, thoughts, sort of kind of what my mood is during that week. And here my thoughts were still sick, ugh, hip pain equals massage, and then ready for the second trimester. And then also cravings and aversions. So moving on, this one, so we jumped from 13 weeks to 15 weeks, which is where we are now. And again, just broke those out. But I really love this notebook and how it does kind of flip through colors on you as you go along, which is kind of fun to change it up a little bit. And you basically get a full page with this header at the top. It's sort of like the beginning of the month. If you look at like these pages, so you get a page like this, and then you get a partial page here with a list on the side, and then it just repeats that throughout. Then in the back you do get one sheet of stickers, and then no pocket on this one. So it is pretty thin, but I really, really love how, I mean, right now it's a little bit hard to keep up on this notebook, but I do think that I'll really enjoy looking at it later down the road once the baby's born. I think it'll be kind of a nice memento to go back and kind of just relive the experience without actually reliving the experience. And you know, it may be something that our child is interested in looking at and reading in the future, perhaps. So yeah, it's just tracking the journey and just kind of logging what I'm experiencing, because it's honestly the craziest thing that I've ever done and the hardest thing that I've ever done so far, and I'm only 15 weeks along, so it's only gonna get harder from here. And you know, there's an end in sight that's really, really excellent, and we're very, very excited. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. This is just how I use my 4 Erin Condrens here. And leave me a comment down below if you have an excess amount of Erin Condrens. I'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to see it. Let me know what you use them for. Do you use a notebook? Do you use a monthly? Do you just use your standard vertical or horizontal life planner? let me know what you got going on. I'd love to chit chat with you, and don't forget to check out my Instagram page where I'm constantly updating kind of throughout these journals and notebooks and planners. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. I'm getting back on track putting new videos out. So thank you so much for bearing with me, those of you that have been with me from the start, and I just really appreciate you. So have a good day, guys. Bye.